Hare Krishna, everyone. In this session, I would like to share one of a very nice analogy which I love very much, which I've heard, and which I like to keep in mind throughout life because I find it very useful. So I would like to share that with you. It's about the dog or the lion mentality. So which one do we have? The dog or the lion mentality? So when we throw a bone at a dog, what does the dog see? The dog runs after the bone. The dog licks its lips very enthusiastically, thinking, I'm going to enjoy a nice, juicy bone. He doesn't really care about who is throwing it, whether it's his master or somebody else. He runs after the bone. What does a lion see when we throw a bone at it? Does it go running after the bone? Is it more interested to eat a bone, or would the lion be looking at the man throwing the bone and licking his jaws and thinking, oh, here's a tasty meal? So obviously the lion would be looking at the man. He wouldn't be interested in running after the bone. He wouldn't be dreaming about how lovely meal it would make, that bone would make. So in the same way, when in our life we have problems, all kinds of situations arise. They're like the bone. So all these circumstances that happen in our life, they're like the bone. And rather than, say, complaining, lamenting, when these problems arise in our life, we should see who is throwing the bone. We should be like the lion and not be focused so deeply on the bone. We should be seeing who is throwing that bone at us, who is throwing this problem, whose hand is behind it. And so it's Krishna's hands, it's the Lord. He is behind everything that happens. So we need to understand that there's a lesson to be learned behind every situation in life, every difficult situation. It may be that the Lord is trying to help us. Maybe there's certain qualities we need to develop, such as patience, or certain strength that we need to develop, or maybe we are just too proud, or we have some envy in us, or something that needs to be worked on. So we should see these opportunities as an opportunity to work on ourselves, enhance ourselves, become stronger, get rid of our bad habits. So we should be like the lion and see the person throwing it, and we should be praying, oh Lord, thank you so much. We deserve worse than this. We have sinned so much, we have bad karma, but you're giving us something bearable. We deserve more, but you just minimizing our karma and making it much more bearable for us. So we should have a grateful heart. We should be like Queen Kunti. Queen Kunti, she says, let there be calamities again and again and again. Let there be these calamities, because when these happen, I remember you, Krishna. So when these situations arise in our life, obstacles and traumatic incidents and reversals, whatnot, we tend to remember the Lord more. We tend to surrender to Him, to cry out to Him with much more intensity. And so we we can see it as a good thing We don't have to sink in a hole of depression. We don't have to blame anyone. Rather, we see it as an opportunity to surrender more to the Lord, an opportunity to grow, to become stronger, an opportunity to understand that this material world is not a place where we want to get comfortable in, and the Lord gives us these little wake-up calls so we understand, we don't lose track of what the goal of life is. Throughout our difficult times, Krishna is always there with us. The Lord never leaves us. He's actually in our heart as the super soul, and if we learn to make him our friend, and we learn to surrender unto him, then we will always be strong in whatever circumstance we are in, because the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, my devotee never perishes. Declare it boldly, O Arjuna. So Krishna is always there with us, and we can get over every situation that is thrown at us. So this is very nice, and I think it's very applicable to our life. We should never forget this. We should not be depressed or sad, or we shouldn't be blaming people, or trying to offend people, or keeping grudges. We should just be grateful to the Lord for being there for us, and be grateful that there is the holy name of the Lord, and there are beautiful scriptures that are there for us to read and surrender our lives to. So we should be like the lion and see the hand of Krishna behind everything that happens, good or bad.